everyone, it's Eunice and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to show you how to get this look that's both easy and affordable. Everything that I used on my face right now is all from the drugstore. So if you want to know how to get this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so we're starting off with the eyebrows. I'm using the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit. The reason why I like this is because it's super affordable. Even if it's the only product that I use in my brows, it lasts me the whole year. I think I got this last year around February, and guys, it still has, I've hit pan on it, but it still has some product in there. And it's really easy to use. The only problem is the tools that come with it, which is this brush. It doesn't work that well. That's why I like using my Benefit eyebrow brush. And that's the only non-drugstore product that I'll be using in this tutorial. So the first thing you want to do before you fill in your brows is to get them done at the salon, or at least clean them yourself. Pluck out the hair that's like on your eyelids and like around your brows, and try your best to clean them out before you fill them in. Because if you fill them in right away without cleaning them, they're gonna look too bushy and you're gonna look like, I don't know, a monster or something. But yeah, and then after that, you wanna comb it and shape it to however you like, and then that's when you fill them in with the gel product right here. So I'm using this angled brush part of the Benefit brow tool. So what you want to do first is outline your brows on the bottom and then use that product and brush it upward. So now you want to go in with the powder to set your eyebrows. If you feel like it's a little too thick, go back to your spoolie and just comb it a little bit. Usually it's the front, like the middle part, just to make it more natural looking. After the eyebrows, I want to go in with the eyeshadow, just because if there are any fallouts from the eyeshadow powder, you can easily clean that up later when you put on your foundation, as opposed to when you have your foundation already on your face and then there are little fallouts. It's a lot more difficult to clean that afterward. So for this look, I am using the Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow base to prime my eyelids and to create a solid base for my eyeshadow. Now I am using the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Powder in the shade Nude Beige to set my eyelids before I put on color. And I'm also using the Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. Now I'm taking shade number 10 from the Wet n Wild Color Icon Rose in the Air palette, and I'm using my Morphe M441 brush, and I'll be applying that on my crease area. So first, concentrating on the outer corners with circular motions, just to make sure that the product transfers to my lid. And once that I'm happy with how much product there is, I'm going in with windshield swiper motions. Now I'm taking this shade right here, this reddish shade, shade number 3, and I'll be applying that on my outer corners. Now I'm just going to do some windshield wipers motions just to blend everything in. Now for the base, I'll be taking this shade right here, which is shade number 6. And using my eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to apply that on my lower inner half to be exact. Okay, so now we're done with the eye makeup and let's get on to the face makeup. For face, what I love to prime it with is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. Okay, the reason why I love this is because it's not drying at all. It's actually hydrating for my face. I do have dry skin, just to let you guys know. And it also helps make my makeup stay on the whole day. So just concentrating that on the cheek area first, and then gradually spreading it all over my face. For foundation, I'll be using the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Foundation. I am in the shade number 235 Pure Beige. And I'll be using the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. Just first dabbing the foundation on the areas where I have imperfections, which is this area right here where I have some redness, a little bit of redness that's going on. And then I'll be using this side of the Miracle Complexion Sponge, and I'm just going to dab that all over my face. Okay, the reason why I started to put it on the areas where there are actually imperfections and the areas where I want covered up is because that when I start spreading it out, as soon as it gets to the areas where there are not that much imperfections, the foundation is a bit thin so that it doesn't really clog my pores, because I don't really need that much coverage on those areas because what is there to cover anyway. Another tip that I have is to not go heavy on the under eye area because you're gonna use your concealer later on, and if you pack some foundation over there and then put concealer on top, it might look cakey at the end. For concealer, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Natural because I'm using it to highlight and conceal my under eye areas and to highlight the high points of my face. I love this concealer because it does not crease and it blends out easily using my sponge. Okay, to highlight my brow bone, I applied the same concealer and I'm using this concealer brush from the brand Swoosh. I got this from the Philippines and I do believe that it's still available there. To set my under eyes, I'm using this shade right here from the Wet n Wild Megaglo Contour Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. To set my entire face, I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Powder in the shade Nude Beige and my Real Techniques powder brush. To frame my face, I'm using this shade right here from the Wet n Wild Megaglo Contour Palette, again in the shade Dulce de Leche, and I'm using my e.l.f. contour brush. Make my contour a little more natural, I am going in with the bronzer. I'll be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Deep Bronze, and I'll be using this angled bronzer brush from Wet n Wild. For blush, I'll be be using this Essence Satin Touch Blush in the shade Satin Coral, and I'll be using the e.l.f. blush brush to apply that on the apples of my cheeks. With blushes, it's okay to go a little crazy because they're the first thing that melts off of your face as soon as you walk out the door, so... I'll be using the Essence Pure Nude highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight, and to apply that, I'll be using the Morphe M510 brush. When choosing your highlighter, it's important to choose something that doesn't have glitter on it, just so that if you have texture on your face, it doesn't highlight that. So what you want to do is just apply this on the high points of your face. Now using my pinky finger, I'll be applying that on my inner corners just to brighten up my eye area. To set my entire face makeup, I'll be using the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. This helps make my makeup last the whole day, as in it works like my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and it's a really good dupe because this one is only $10. And while that's drying, I'll be applying my brow gel. This one is from L'Oreal. It's the Brow Stylist Plumper. This will help keep your brows stay in place. For lips, I highly recommend the Maybelline Color Sensational lipsticks because they're so creamy and they come in a lot of shades, and they're also so affordable. They're only $5.99 here in the US, and I believe in the Philippines sometimes they range from $1.99 to $2.99, which is not a bad deal because it's so creamy and so pigmented and you have a lot of shades to choose from. Oh, and before I forget, this is in the shade Nude Nuance. For mascara, I'll be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational in Black is Black, and this one is the waterproof version. I always buy the waterproof version of mascaras just so it doesn't smudge on my eyes. Okay, so here is the finished makeup look. It's just a neutral look. It's not really that light, but I do love how it came out at the end. You can use it on a lot of different like events or whatnot. But yeah, I tried my best to make it as easy and as simple as I can. I'll be putting the links of the products that I use down in the description bar, and if you're from the Philippines and the products are not available there, I'll try my best to look for something similar to what I used today. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video, and also don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!